Good Wednesday morning, time for your Health Tech Up. And as we continue to celebrate Mother Earth all month long, energy conservation is a powerful way to show it some love. On today's Health Tech Up, digital wellness expert Lisa Chang shares easy ways to save energy. But here's the thing too, Lee, save some moolah.
Don't we all want that?
Yes.
We all want that. So we're going to use tech to do just that. Save you some effort, save you some energy at home, and save you some money. Now we're going to talk about a lot of key things today. So a lot of things are going to surprise you actually, where we're wasting energy in the home.
Okay, tip number one, where are we going?
Okay, so I'm going to start this segment with what I like to call, it's a bit of a confessional. It's going to be called My Husband Was Right.
Ooh,
okay,
how often does that happen?
Not very often, but
Okay.
I'm sure he's watching, and this is going to be a moment in time for him.
What's his name?
Roger.
Roger. How often that happens, Roger?
So I noticed that he would go around unplugging things before we would leave the home. And one day I asked him, what are you doing? And he said, I'm saving us money. And I said, well, how much energy, how much money is this actually saving us by unplugging everything before we leave the house? And what I came to find out, Tim, is that in my research, when you are using what is called phantom power, so that is when you leave things in the home plugged in. I'm talking about small appliances, things like your toaster, your coffee maker, even chargers, lights, lamps, things like that. When you leave those plugged in, they're actually contributing to about 10% of your energy bill.
We're talking actually plugged in.
Plugged in and off.
And he'd go around and unplug everything?
Correct. And so what I want to say is that he was right, and there is such a thing as phantom power.
Well done, Raj. Way to go, buddy.
So my tip is to unplug all of your devices.
It takes time, though. How do we do that?
It does. So one great tip is that if you use a power bar that has an automatic shutoff, that's a great way that you can manage your phantom power as well. So that's a big tip coming from Peak Perks.
Okay. What about lighting cool air?
Okay, so this is a pretty basic one. When, of course, the lighting is bright, we want to be able to use regular daylight. But when it starts to get dim, what we want to use is task lighting instead of the big lights in our home.
Well, I like some dim lighting.
So do I. It's cozier.
Sure.
And when it's in the summer months, so we're approaching that, right? We want to be able to use ceiling fans. And what's interesting about ceiling fans is that if you rotate them counterclockwise, it actually pushes cooler air down quicker. So you get cooler quicker as well. So that's another great tip coming from Peak Perks.
Okay. As you say, we're getting to the summer months, thank goodness. We want to be saving some energy, which ends up saving us some moolah when it comes to those peak summer hours.
Okay, so I know I'm always quizzing you, so I have another pop quiz for you. When do Canadians use the most amount of energy throughout the year? What do you think?
Oh, throughout the year?
Yes.
Well, because it's when the air conditioners start up.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's always in the summer. I was going to say, like, during the day would be, like, from 4 to 6, because that's when the energy is most expensive. That's when you don't want to be using as much.
You're right. Bang on.
But it is because of the air conditioners, right? Because they use a lot.
You're right. And Canadians have a tendency to really blast that air conditioner, so we don't want to do that. We want to keep the home cool, but we also want to save money. So I have a great energy conservation program, once again from Peak Perks, which is run through Save on Energy. Now, this is going to reward you for reducing your energy use while the demand for electricity is at its highest. So how does this work? If you have a smart thermostat, and a lot of us do, when you sign up, you're going to automatically receive a $75 prepaid credit card for participating in the program. And over 230,000 homes are already signed up. This is where your smart thermostat is going to automatically be adjusted to save demand and cost during our peak hours. So that adjustment will only last for about 3 hours or so. So I'm going to say, Tim, that's really doable. Yeah. And once the 3 hours is over, you'll go back to your normal settings. So you just want to check out how the program works on saveonenergy.ca.
Okay. And it can pay for itself down the road.
100%. Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
What about all the tech that we have that we want to throw out and we don't know what to do with?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is such a huge topic, this topic of e-waste. So I'm going to blow your mind right now. Canadians are wasting up to 1 million tons of e-waste. That's electronic waste per year. That is astronomical. So if you think about it, all the technology that we consider to be obsolete, this is going in the trash. which is
Because people don't know what to do with it.
Correct.
They're cleaning out the basement.
Correct.
All the e-waste is collected there.
You got it.
Okay, what do we do with it?
Okay, so first thing, what I'm going to say is we got to understand where the problem lies. Again, if this is going into the trash, this is putting hazardous material into our earth. We do not want to do that. So this is because A, manufacturers are making us feel like our technology is obsolete. We always want the latest and greatest, fastest, thinnest, etc. But also it's us. So tip number one is refuse. Refuse to feel like we need the latest and greatest. But the next thing is reuse. There's a huge resale market out there where you can sell your old technology. So first thing, you want to wipe out all of your old technology. And I don't mean just delete things. I mean go onto your tech and do a full hardware reset. And then before you put it on the marketplace, you want to clean your device. So Tim, I know a couple of days ago we talked about how to properly clean your devices.
Mine was disgusting if you missed it.
So I have the best solution for cleaning your technology and all your surfaces at home. This is called the Ultimate Cloth. So not only is this reusable, but it also picks up 99.9% of all your bacteria. All you have to do is just wet the cloth with water. So this is going to replace your paper towels and so forth, all of your cleaning agents. It's absolutely incredible. It truly is the ultimate
What's
cloth.
it called again?
The Ultimate Cloth. You want to check this out either on their website or on Amazon.
Okay.
Now, if you're going to put your products back into the recycling market, there's over 2,500 locations across Canada. All you want to do is go on to recyclemyelectronics.ca and you'll find incredible programs where they're going to take your old technology, break them down in the most responsible way, be able to reuse all of those wonderful materials and repurpose them.
It's going back to just doing a little thing. You know what I mean? Like when you're throwing, do not put those in the trash. Where can we find
Exactly.
more info about you, Lisa?
Well, you can find me at It's Lisa Chang or, of course, the Health Tech Up. And this was a great checkup on our Earth. So
let's go over to Diva. I wonder what, how dirty is your phone?
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say that. And it's because I'll have a Timbit and then be like, oh, I got to see what's happening on my iPad. And then I need the Ultimate Cloth. Thank you.